How you doing? I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Today's question is, should alcohol be more difficult to buy? In terms of that, I'm talking about higher taxes, putting it in places where it's just more difficult to buy, especially for kids. When we look at alcohol in comparison to the next highest killer, or the highest killer above that, cigarettes is the biggest killer in the world. That's 5 million people per year are being killed with the effects of alcohol. And I think that can be much more efficiently traced, alcohol, tobacco related diseases and conditions. Alcohol kills about 3.5 million people every single year. So, you're not talking about that much more. I mean, 2/3 of the total value of people that are killed with tobacco smoke are killed with by using alcohol, and that's the people that you can directly attribute to drinking alcohol, right? So it's a massive number of people. But when you look at cigarettes and the amount of restrictions there are on advertising and the packaging and all that kind of stuff, there isn't anywhere near the same kind of restrictions with alcohol. I mean, you can imagine in some countries now they've got just blank paper. You can't sell cigarettes with anything other than just there's no branding or anything on them. It's just white paper. Other countries have got really descriptive pictures of diseases and lungs that are have been destroyed through cigarettes, and warnings about the different conditions that can happen to you. Even that's not happening with alcohol. There's no warnings on most labels of alcohol. In order to put that on, you've not only got to put it on your cheap shitty lager or your cider and stuff like that, the stuff that all the plebs buy, the masses, you've got to put it onto the brandies and the wines that the rich people buy, So, taxes are not going to affect those people, but that kind of thing is, those kind of pictures and depictions. So I think should be higher taxes on a lot of these things. The more expensive you make something like this, the less people are going to buy it. I mean, you can see that in cigarettes in Ireland now. It's over 12 euros for a packet of some cigarettes, I think that should be the way. I mean, ultimately, these things are only going to scrape the surface, but over time, I think adding taxes and putting different labels on things, putting warning labels are going to, that's going to help, but in the long run, it's always going to be about education. We should be educating our children not to follow in our footsteps. It was one of the biggest things that I regret in my whole life, was encouraging my son to drink and smoke. And I don't mean deliberately encouraging him, going, "Here, son, have a fucking cigarette, it's good for you, or have a pint." Although I did buy him his first pint of Guinness. I'm talking about doing it by watching me doing it, watching me smoking and watching me taking a drink. So that's the video for today. Should alcohol be more difficult to buy? Definitely. I think it should be, I'm not for a ban, nothing like it. I think everyone's entitled to do what they want, but, when you're talking about these things, they cost the taxpayer at the end of the day. So, charge for it, put the taxes up. Take care of yourself. If you want to sign up to our new Alcohol Mastery Starter Pack, just go over and leave your email address on alcoholmastery.com. We've also got the Mastermind program. It's just started out. You can go over and you get a 7-day trial for $1, and that's, you'll see it in any of the posts. If you go over to the website and click on the link down below, you'll see the link to that, and just sign up for that and you'll get 7 free days. You can 7 days for $1, so it's almost free. Take care of yourself. onwards and upwards. Keep the alcohol out of your mouth, eh? Bye bye.